another great friend, Sameera Mohammad. Sameera is from Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates, and it's been my family's privilege to be able to meet Sameera and her family in Abu Dhabi, as well as in some other places. We actually met in Rome at a geography and history bee competition that they were participating in. Sameera is a passionate homeschooler that communicates widely in a growing way, both in the United Arab Emirates and in other places in the world. And I just so much appreciate Sameera and her family. And Sameera, I welcome you to share what you have about home education in the Middle East and beyond. Thank you. Again with Sameera from United Arab Emirates and Abu Dhabi. Sameera, hopefully we can hear your voice. I think we can.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Good. Thank God. Thank you so much, Gerald, for the wonderful introduction and for giving me the opportunity to speak today. So I will be sharing a little bit about how we have started homeschooling about a decade ago. So my name is Sameera, and I'm basically from Pakistan, but I've lived in the UAE for as long as I can remember. It's my second home. I'm a homeschooling mom of 4 beautiful kids, as you can see. My teens are currently in sophomore in university. They are pursuing 2 parallel degrees from 2 different universities, utilizing the time that we have now. My younger 2 boys are middle schoolers, and they love to play Lego and robotics and programming. And it's just become even double now because they have a lot of indoor time. I'm also a founder of Pahai by Sam's initiative, which I'll speak to in a moment. That was something that I initiated at the start of the pandemic. So just to give you a little bit of a perspective of where UAE is and what we are. So we are just 9.6 million people living here, with 11% of them are the native, which are called Emiratis. If you hear the word Emiratis, that means they are the nationals, citizens of UAE. The rest are 89% are expatriates, and which are predominantly from the South Asian countries. Since homeschooling is not regulated in the UAE, they have the choice to attend, so expatriate children can attend private schools or are homeschooled. There has been a significant increase in the Facebook community groups ever since the COVID struck, with almost 50% increase in the families joining in the groups and trying to learn about homeschooling. So as you can see, there are 1.2 million students in here who are presumably going to school. By May this year, over 80% of the schools moved overnight to online learning. At the peak of COVID-19, a survey was conducted that showed an overwhelming 83% of student population expressing the desire to be educated at home. Obviously, for the homeschooling community, this meant that, at least in terms of feeling, the experience of being educated in the realm of a home was now widely understood. And it eventually was. By June, everyone understood. As bad as COVID-19 has been, and I don't have to go over what the negatives were, with the huge influx of online students, there was also a dramatic increase in parents looking into home education. As an active member of the homeschooling community here, the Abu Dhabi homeschoolers, I've personally come across 4 types of interested parents. So these are the 4 types. There's some are genuine homeschooling parents who have always been thinking about homeschooling, but just on the edge of it, and now they are just like forced to be in and enjoying the path they have taken. And there are some who have gone into homeschooling just because it was a financial burden. They can't send their kids to private schools because as you know, that we have only private schools here. That's the only option. And some are transitioning to homeschooling through online learning platform because it's too difficult for them right now to absorb the entire concept of homeschooling. And there are a few who are still waiting, who are waiting for things to go back to normal so their kids can go back to school and they can get back to their life as normal. So yeah, I have personally spoken to a lot of them. While we were kind of figuring out what day of the week it was, and all of us have been actually there. We personally, my experience through mask, gloves, anxiety, and a ton of family time, we tried to convert the negatives into positives. I used the opportunity to help the society. So the extra time that we got, the initiatives that we have done to integrate into the society, which I'll share with you. The restrictions we had here, so we created more indoor activities for our kids. The physical limitation actually made us focus more on improving our health, which we did. We are more focused on what we are eating. Is it healthy? And etc. So social distancing that we've heard this term actually created a much stronger family bond with the dad working from home, and we can spend more time as a family. So this is Pahai by SAMS. This is the initiative that I was talking about. And reaching out to overwhelming moms who were thrown into crisis homeschooling. And so these videos are primarily in Urdu language, and they are to cater to the wider audience in the region, those who live here. These YouTube channel videos are covering all variety of homeschooling topics. We've helped hundreds of parents. When I say we, it's I have a team. My daughter helps me put together all these videos that we make on a weekly, bi-weekly basis. Also, a great opportunity came for us here in Abu Dhabi, that there was a fundraiser which was by Water Project. This was hosted by the Water Project. So the homeschooling community came together, helping the crisis against COVID-19. Fundraising for the sub-Saharan African communities and providing them water for sanitation and hand washing solutions. So all these activities, if you can see here on the right, they were all carried out virtually. The moms and kids and teens actually participated, putting this together, and we raised fund, and successfully we reached the goal that was there. And we are very proud of that, except for the walk, because the walk was done individually by the families because of the laws here. It's very restricted. We cannot join, or we cannot do anything in group, in person. I'd like to conclude with a quote, a recent quote by the Prime Minister of the UAE, who is a visionary leader and an advocate for innovation, tolerance, and coexistence. So this has been a great support for us in the UAE. Thank you very much for listening. These are a few of our memories that we've made while homeschooling, and I'd love to hear all the other speakers. Thank you.
Sameera, thank you for your presentation, for your message, and for your work in UAE. And I know that the UAE is a unique place in the international contact and flavor that you have as people from UAE, expats return to their home countries. You are truly a global community in the way that you function, and I know that your leadership there is important. So thank you for that. Our last presenter in this session of Homeschool Leaders